Welcome, Honorable Dr. Sam Mayanja. You have an oath to sign here, and after signing, we shall give you the instruments of power that makes you an MP from today onwards. You can go ahead and sign. We will look for it. Okay. Yeah. Congratulations once again. You find yourself a seat.
Honorable Justin Kasule Lumumba. I, Kasule Lumumba Justin, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution, so help me God. I, Kasule Lumumba Justin, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will give faithful service to this Parliament and support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by law established. So help me God.
Welcome back home, Right Honorable Justin Lumumba Kasule. For those of you who didn't know, she was in this house for many years. Now she's back home as ex-official member. After signing, I will give you this, the rules. Next.
Honorable Butimeto.
Thanks.
I, Butime Wakaikara Tom, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. So help me God. I, Butime Wakaikara Tom, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will give faithful service to this Parliament and support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by law established. So help me God.
Welcome. Please make Honorable Butime to feel welcome. Ever smiling gentleman that you'll find work very easy to work with him. Welcome back home. This is where you belong.
Honorable Alice Kaboyo. I, Alice Karamusi Kaboyo, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda,
and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution, so help me God. I, Alice Karamuzi Kaboyo, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will give faithful service to this Parliament and support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by law established, so help me God.
Welcome, Honorable Alice Kaboyo. Welcome back to the House, and congratulations. You will come and sign the oath and then get copies of rules of procedure and the Constitution. That will be helpful to you in executing your duties as a Member of Parliament.
Honorable Bahati David.
I, David Bahati, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution, so help me God. I, David Bahati, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will give faithful service to this Parliament and support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by law established, so help me God.
Welcome back, Honorable David Bahati. You are really a survivor. Those who know you know why they are laughing. Me, I only said you are a survivor. Yeah. And I think you've been surviving for a long time. Yeah. Congratulations. We shall give you a copy of the rules of procedure and the Constitution, and you familiarize yourself to help you work. Next.
Honorable Atim Odwong Anywa Beatrice. I, Atim Odwong Anywa Beatrice, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution, so help me God. I, Atim Odwong Anywa Beatrice, swear in the name of Almighty God that I will give faithful service to this Parliament and support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by law established, so help me God.
Congratulations, Honorable Atim, also known as Mama Mavira. Please come and sign and get a copy of your rules of procedure and the Constitution. And again, welcome back home. Yeah.
Honorable General Mbadi Mbasu Wilson.
I, General Wilson Mbasumbadi, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution, so help me God. I, General Wilson Mbasumbadi, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will give faithful service to this Parliament and support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by law established. So help me God.
Welcome. Congratulations, General. A 4-star general still submits and seeks the help of God to help him. So, welcome for being that humble. Yes. Come right here. You will append your signature and then get a copy of the rules. Congratulations, General.
Honorable Mulondo Sise. I, Sise Mlondo, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution, so help me God. I, Sise Mlondo, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will give faithful service to this Parliament and support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by law established, so help me God.
Congratulations, Honorable Sise Mulondo. You sound so soft. I believe that we shall, when we give you the rules and a copy of the Constitution, it will empower you to even to sound a little more stronger after the rules, after getting the rules. Please make her feel welcome.
Honorable Dr. Muyingo John Chrysostom.
Okay. Congratulations.
I, Muyingo John Chrysostom, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. So help me God. I, Muyingo John Chrysostom, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will give faithful service to this Parliament and support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by the law established, so help me God.
Congratulations, Honorable Dr. John C. Muyingo. Please make him feel welcome once again. Welcome back home. You've always been here, and we welcome you. Procedure? During the administration of oath? Unless when one is not signing or the person being sworn in is not the minister. That would be a procedural question. But anything else, ignore.
Honorable Chiriowa Chiwanuka.
I, Chiriowa Chiwanuka, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend this Constitution. So help me God. I, Chiriowa Chiwanuka, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will give faithful service to this Parliament and support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by law established. So help me God.
Congratulations, Honorable Chiwanuka Chiriowa. You will allow me to say all your true names today, other than the short form, KK. You know how happy I am for you. Congratulations. But when we keep on referring to you as Attorney General, it would be a slip of tongue. And Dr. Mayanja, don't feel offended, because he had established himself here for 5 years as the Attorney General. Now, since he has been holding out as a general, they have taken him to work with the real generals.
Honorable Sanjay Tana.
Thank you.
Please. I, Sanjay Tana, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. So help me God. I, Sanjay Tana, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will give faithful service to this Parliament and support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by law established. So help me God.
Congratulations, Honorable Sanjay Tana. Welcome back to the House. You've come back in style this time around as the first Ugandan Indian appointed Minister of Trade. We expect a lot from you. Yeah. Thank you. You will append your signature, and you receive a copy of the Constitution and the rules of procedure.
Honorable Mulongo Simon.
I, Simon Mulongo, swear in the name of Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear the true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. So help me God. I, Simon Mlongo, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will give faithful service to this Parliament and support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by law established. So help me God.
Congratulations, Honorable Simon Mulongo. Welcome back to the House. And we congratulate you on catching the eye of the appointing authority. We expect you to come and append your signatures, confirming what you've just said, and we shall give you a copy of the Constitution and the rules of procedure.
Honorable Mugasha Grace Mary. I, Mugasa Grace Mary, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. So help me God. I, Mugasa Grace Mary, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will give faithful service to this Parliament and support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by law established. So help me God.
Congratulations, and we welcome you to the House once again. Please make Honorable Mugasa Grace Mary welcome. Make her feel welcome. You were very faithful when you were in public service. We expect the same when you are handling Bunyoro affairs. You live in double. Yes.
Honorable Barugahara Balam.
Ready? Oath of allegiance. I, Barugahara Balamateng, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. So help me God. I, Barugahara Balamateng, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will give faithful service to this Parliament and support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by the laws established. So help me God.
Congratulations, Honorable Balam. And upon your promotion from the youth vibe to now local government vibe. So we expect more Bidongo or
Honorable Dr. Musenero Monica Msanza.
I, Monica Msenero Masanza, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. So help me God. I, Monica Msenero Masanza, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will give faithful service to this Parliament and support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by law established. So help me God.
Welcome, Honorable Dr. Monica Msenero, and congratulations on your new appointment and being a member of Parliament, being sworn in as ex-officio member of Parliament. We expect no load shedding as you go, no more load shedding. Why don't we assure her by giving applause? Let the transformers work. Good. And get a copy of your constitution and the rules of procedure. You are fully fledged member of Parliament with all rights except the voting.
Honorable Mukalazi Amina. I, Mukalazi Amina, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, defend the Constitution. So help me Allah. I, Mukalazi Amina, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will give faithful service to the Parliament and support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by law established. So help me Allah. Thank you.
Congratulations, Honorable Mukalazi Amina, on your appointment as Minister of State for Finance, Planning and Economic Development, in charge of privatization and investment. We need more investors. More investors, yes. You'll append your signature and get a copy of the Constitution and the rules of procedure. Clerk, next. Congratulations.
Honorable Asimwe Jonad.
I, Asimwe Jonad Akik, I swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution, so help me God. I, Asimwe Jonad Akik, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will give faithful service to this Parliament and support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by law established, so help me God.
Congratulations, Honorable Asimwe Jonad, upon your appointment as Minister, Office of the President, in charge of Science, Technology, and Innovations. And we expect more technology, more science-oriented solutions, more innovations. And now you are a fully fledged Member of Parliament, Minister and Member of Parliament, with all rights except the voting. Congratulations again. Get a copy of the rules and the Constitution, and the Prime Minister and Government Chief Whip, they should find a seat somewhere.
Honorable Magode Ikuya.
You want me to begin? Go ahead. I, James Magode Ikuya, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. So help me God. I swear. Hey, wait, oh, there's another one. I, James Magode Ikuya, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will give faithful service to this Parliament and support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by law established, so help me God.
Congratulations, Muzei Honorable James Magode Ikuya, our elder from the East, an ideologue of NRM, historical for NASA. Make him feel welcome to this house. When you see him, he's a encyclopedia of some sort. Even Honorable Fonopondo respects him. Major General Henry Masiko respects him. Those are people who are other ideologues, and they know why. When you see him, you don't greet him with your kufira on. Some of us respect him. Kufira is what I'm putting on my head. Yes. Congratulations once again. And get a copy of your Constitution and the rules of procedure. We are happy for you to get back here again. Thank you.
Item number 3, communication from the chair.
I want to welcome the ex-official members of Parliament to the House. Honorable members, I welcome you all today, this morning. You may recall that on 4th June 2026, I adjourned the House to Thursday, 11th June 2026. However, the need arose for a prior sitting, given the urgency of some emergent business, to notably, 1, the swearing in of ex-official members of Parliament or ministers who were appointed from outside Parliament. We actually have done 19. 2 are not available for the oath today. 2, the approval of an urgent loan for the financing of the second phase of solar-powered irrigation. Honorable members, as you may be aware, the Appointments Committee undertook the constitutional vetting process of nominees to Cabinet on 1st and 2nd of June 2026, pursuant to Articles 1131 and 1141 of the 1995 Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, and Rule 173(1) of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament. Rule 176 of the Rules of Procedure of this House requires the Committee on Appointments to report to the House on any appointments approved by the Committee. On then report shall be subject to no debate, shall not be subjected to debate. Accordingly, I hereby report as follows. The report of the Appointments Committee, as you know, the composition of that Appointments Committee has everybody, including the LOP. The report should be should have been uploaded. There's several ministers, all ministers who were presented in the appointment were approved, and most of them have been sworn in, from the Vice President to the last one, except 4 who are still under some scrutiny, not by us. We did our part. Honorable members, pursuant to Rule 9 of the Rules of Procedure of this House, in order to accommodate the numbers of this, for the time being, we shall have free sitting on either side of the House, except the front benches. And I need to just explain that the front benches on this side is for the leaders on the opposition, and the front benches on this side are for the leaders on this side. And the leaders, I mean ministers and shadow ministers. I hope that is clear. But since on this side we still don't know who are the ministers, we shall know them very soon. We shall get to know. I will ask the clerk that they upload the report of the Appointments Committee for everyone to look at it, but in summary, that's what happened. And we've received some of the members here already. Thank you very much.
Item number 4, motion for resolution of Parliament to authorize government to borrow up to euro.
Yes, Lop.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, I join you to welcome colleagues who have joined us in ex officio capacity. We have been waiting for them on our end. We hope, Right Honourable Speaker, that they will be present in the House. We have had battles previously where the House convenes and there is 2 or 3 ministers. A number of times, the presiding officer has had to suspend the House because there are no ministers. Now that you're 80 plus, please be present for the business of this House. Right Honourable Speaker, you have indicated that you don't know yet the shadow cabinet ministers. I am here to inform you of the same, Right Honourable Speaker. But do allow me, and I seek your indulgence, Right Honourable Speaker, to raise just 2 critical issues before I notify you of the shadow cabinet. 2 critical issues now that colleagues on this side are here. Honourable Speaker, the media has been awash, and I've seen some communication from government officials about a critical concern of medical interns in this our country. Medical interns, they form the crux of the medical infrastructure of our country. They literally run government hospitals and government health centers in all our constituencies. Sometimes they work 36 hours, other times they work 48 hours non-stop to take care of the people of Uganda. Government has historically facilitated them to do this work. They have finished the training and then they do the 1-year internship of work. But we understand government is now mooting a policy to cease facilitating medical interns, to cease paying them for the work, the laborious work that they do. That's a bother, Right Honourable Speaker. It's a bother because we are going to have a challenge. These medical interns are professionals like anybody else. If they don't have money even for accommodation, if they don't have money for feeding, how shall we expect them to show up, even without transport, to take care of us, including us in this place and our constituents out there? Honourable Speaker, I would like to urge and entreat government to with immediacy drop this problematic policy. And the question of the lack of resources does not arise. Government recently suspended public holiday functions to save money. We had already, as Parliament, passed that entire budget, and so that money is available. And about 24 billion shillings is going to be saved. Now that those national functions are not going to happen, beginning with yesterday, Heroes Day, why don't we channel that money to the medical interns? In other words, money is available. Government, let's find this money so that we can pay medical interns.
Do you want to ask the leader of government business to respond to your...
Certainly. Let me finish it in a minute, Right Honourable, and then she will come through with a response. So I am urging her to marshal her cabinet to find resources for medical interns. And I was emphasizing, Right Honourable Speaker, this is not one of those political issues that we should be debating, NRM, opposition, and so on. This is a matter of concern to all of us. So I hope that government is going to find resources for that. Finally, Right Honourable Speaker, for the response of the Prime Minister. Right Honourable Speaker, there is again a concern of human rights violations that are not ceasing. We talk about these issues, and many times we hope that government will move and do better. It does not happen. I am concerned, Right Honourable Speaker, about persons who are missing to date. Some belong to the NRM side, some belong to the opposition side. One of our colleagues, the Honourable Margaret Etilu, who is the Amuria Woman Member of Parliament, we were taking oath here with her, among others. We understand she was arrested on 23rd May before we went to elect the speakership. Her family, I've seen them in the media asking for the whereabouts of their person. Lawyers are asking where she is. We are asking, Right Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, I'm leader of the opposition. But I should also be concerned when an NRM member, who is a colleague in this house, disappears and we don't know her whereabouts. It should concern all of us. Just like it should concern colleagues on the NRM side if it happens to any of us. So that's how I am concerned. Where is this member? Can government account for a member? This is happening to a member of parliament. If she has committed any offense, Article 28(3) of our country's constitution provides very clearly somebody is innocent until they are proved guilty. Why is she not produced in court? Where is she being held? Take her to court. If she stole money, for example, I'm always speaking out against corruption, take her to court so that she gets charged. If she needs to go to jail, she goes there. But for now, can due process happen? Similarly, Right Honourable Speaker, there's a young man called Christopher Godi, also known as King Zare. He belongs to my political party. He was picked up by the military in Kamocha on 21st April. His whereabouts to date are not known. Why does government not want to follow the law? You see, even myself, even yourself as a leader, we can all be suspected to have committed an offense. But what does the law say? Why don't you produce people in court? When you abduct, and we call it abduct because you're not following the prescribed procedure of arrest. Right Honourable Prime Minister, why don't you want to follow the law? And Right Honourable Speaker, we were here at another time speaking about missing persons. There's a gentleman called John Bosco Chibalama. He was abducted on 3rd June 2019. It's been 7 years since. The Right Honourable Prime Minister told us Chibalama was arrested. Up to now, government has not accounted for Chibalama and 17 others. And we are adding on to that list. Why? Government needs to account for these people.
Thank you.
Both NRM and the opposition.
Right Honourable
Prime Minister, talk to us on these issues.
Right Honourable Speaker and honourable members, I will start from interns. As you are aware, Right Honourable Speaker, I once was a Minister of Health, General Duties, some time back. Right Honourable Speaker, it is the President who directed the Ministry of Health to put money so that interns can be facilitated. It's not the opposition. It is NRM, it is Mosei who said, let us facilitate these people. And I want that credit to go to NRM, to go to the President. It's not opposition that brought this idea. Now, too, our young people, the medical interns, as you are aware, the number has been growing over time because of a number of universities that came in place. A comprehensive report will be brought by the Minister of Health, now that he is new, for us to understand the gist of the matter. I don't want to give you half-baked information. Right Honourable Speaker, I beg that the Minister of Health can come with a comprehensive report. As you are aware, the Minister of Health is new. He was just sworn in the other day, and I want to congratulate him, Honourable Dr. Chris. As for our sister, the woman member of Parliament, Amuria, I was sharing with the Vice President some time back, and even today. And the Vice President has concrete information about this, but briefly she has told me the family has been informed and they know where our sister is, and very soon she will join us here in Parliament.
This is the public.
That's the answer I can give for now. A detailed, honourable members, a detailed report will be brought by the Minister of Internal Affairs. As for other missing persons, in 2021, while we are here, In a place called Kavule, there is our chairman called Chibarama. And that's the man I meant.
Thank you. VP, Your Excellency. Lop, right Honorable Lop, allow the VP.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Allow me to thank the Leader of Opposition
Order, let's listen
for
to the
raising those fundamental issues. And I would like to thank the Right Honorable Prime Minister for the clarifications that she has given to the House. Right Honorable Speaker, I'm here to supplement the clarification which the Prime Minister has just given to the House. Firstly, the teaching and learning of sciences, which has cost the medical doctors to more than double or triple in our education institutions, is a fundamental policy issue by government. And when I say government, including members of the opposition, they supported that policy in the committees. And therefore, we are talking about the positive impact on the deliberate channeling of resources to the human resource development of our country. But I would like to make a short response to this House, which I would like to request the House to support. That we as government go and discuss and review the proposal that is now across the media, across the country, and the issue that the Leader of Opposition has raised on the stopping of the facilitation of interns. It can be reviewed. The policies that we make, the laws that we make are not cast in stone. And our being here is to solve the problems of the people. And that's why I'm saying my supplementary clarification to what the Right Honorable Prime Minister said is that allow us as government to return to the drawing board, discuss the issue, and at an appropriate time, the Minister of Health comes here with a clear statement which we shall discuss with facts. Secondly, and lastly, the Honorable Margaret Etilu, a woman member of Parliament for Amuria, is my daughter. She is a sister to some of you. She is a muzukulu to some of you, but she's my daughter. We all know that she is being detained. But the clarification I would like to give, in light of the Prime Minister has said, what the Prime Minister has said is that she has met her family, some of her family members were permitted to have an interaction with her. She is safe, she is healthy, and she will be joining us soon. We have been speaking to the law enforcement officers in police, on phone. Some of them we have met physically. We did not want to involve cameras. The concern that the Leader of Opposition has on Honorable Margaret Etilu is a concern that we all of us have about her. But from the messages that we have received from law enforcement officers, the assurance is that she will be joining us anytime this week. That's what the last message I got yesterday from the concern. The Attorney General may wish to clarify on the procedures because the leader of opposition is concerned about legal. Is it legally done or it's not being legally done? But I think that also can be done at an appropriate time with the statement by the Attorney General. And finally, from the last Parliament, we have been discussing about the people who have disappeared, so and so is not seen, so and so, including that name is called Chibalama. In the last Parliament, we used to discuss, you members of Parliament who were here in the last Parliament, we used to share. And every time that matter would come up, we would agree that it is not a flimsy matter. It is a matter that should be presented to this House in black and white. So I request that the leader of opposition agrees again that the Minister for Security, on those names which he has mentioned, returns here next week with a statement. Because it's a matter that affects all of us. We all have relatives and friends who are opposition. You also have relatives and friends who are NRM. So this issue we are discussing does not affect only you as members of opposition. It affects all of us as members of Parliament, as leaders, as Ugandans. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to make the supplementary.
Thank you very much. Lope, now you give us your ministers.
Honourable Speaker, allow me to first appreciate the Vice President for her response, which has been properly clothed and easy to understand. Because when you compare it to the Prime Minister was simply mocking this House. Prime Minister, meet more often with the Vice President so that she can coach you on how to respond to some of these issues. Because you see, even when you're being given bitter medicine, somebody can put a coating of some sugar, so it's easy to take the medicine down. That's what the Vice President has said. I may not fully agree with everything she has said, but she has clothed it in a motherly way. And so it becomes easy for me to follow up. Now that she has promised, number one, the question of these intern doctors, you're going to go back and cabinet and review, and you have said nothing is cast in stone. That is what the Vice President has said. It's better than what the Prime Minister said, mocking and saying we increase the numbers and so on. And there is no harm in learning from your senior, the Vice President. Is that a bad thing? You don't want to learn?
Order.
Go for it.
Right Honourable Speaker and members, I want to inform you that I have been here in this House for quite some time, and you know how much respect I give people. My brother was with me, he's my friend, when he was still in NTV. We are very close, by the way. And in my submission, I was very clear. I even told you that I consulted the Vice President. The Vice President is more close to me than you. And so, is he in order to insinuate that I don't consult the Vice President? Is he in order?
Okay, the ruling, the Lope, now you know that the Right Honourable Prime Minister is closer to the Vice President, and she is consulting, she has been consulting. But also you need to know that the two offices are different. You should not expect the Prime Minister to speak like the Vice President.
Most obliged, Right Honourable.
Yes.
I am glad she says she always consults the Vice President. I was only encouraging her to continue to do it a lot more regularly. But you see, government, now that you are reminding us that you did pass that policy to promote sciences, and we were here, and for us who were saying it is a good thing you're paying science teachers better. We said also pay the arts teachers better. But away from that, now that you promote sciences and young people are graduating as interns and so on, medical interns, don't make it ironical by failing to facilitate them and then discouraging the younger ones who will say, maybe it's not attractive to study sciences. So please follow through. And then finally, Right Honourable Speaker.
Please.
It's good the Vice President has given us assurance to follow up on these missing persons, including the name that I have mentioned, the most recent one, Christopher Godi, aka King Zare. Let's follow up, produce these people in court, including John Bosco Chibalama. The Prime Minister is mocking us here to say the Chibalama I meant was a chairperson of her village. Which one? You said Chibalama was arrested, he killed the people. You need to come with a report because it is here that you told us. We were asking you about John Bosco Chibalama and you told us that very person was arrested over certain offenses. So that's the one we are talking about. Please don't mock this House. We are waiting for the responses. Right Honourable Speaker, pursuant to Rule 15.2 of our Rules of Procedure, which mandates the Leader of the Opposition to constitute and designate colleague members of Parliament to the Shadow Cabinet, I have the honour to submit the duly constituted Shadow Cabinet for the 12th Parliament. The Honourable Harriet Nakwede, Kayunga District Woman Representative. She's our Deputy Chief Opposition Whip and Shadow Minister for the Presidency. The Honourable Eugenia Nasolo, Lubaga South Member of Parliament, Shadow Minister for Cooperatives and Microfinance. The Honourable Seungu Gonzaga, Kalungu West MP, Shadow Minister for Defence and Veteran Affairs. The Honourable Sheila Amanio, Mukono District Woman Representative, Shadow Minister for Information and Anti-Corruption. The Honourable Dr. Eunice Apio Otuko, Oyam County North MP, Shadow Minister for Science, Innovation and Technology. The Honourable Kasule Ismail, Hoima West Division MP, Shadow Minister for Trade and Industry. The Honourable Okelo Patrick Onguri, Aswa County Member of Parliament, Shadow Minister for Local Government. The Honourable Sevina Javira Nyendomukungwe, Member of Parliament, Shadow Minister for Finance, Planning and Economic Development. The Honourable Tebande K. Charles, Bale County MP, Shadow Minister for Animal Industry and Fisheries. The Honourable Alobo Joan Achom, Soroti City Woman MP, Shadow Minister for Foreign Affairs. The Honourable Sumaya Nabawanuka, Mobende Municipality MP, Shadow Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban Development. The Honourable Lukanga Moses Musanje, Njeru Municipality MP, Shadow Minister for Energy and Minerals. The Honourable Kaluya Andrew Chiza, Chigulu South MP, Shadow Minister for Education. The Honourable Chiza Hakim, Bukoto South MP, Shadow Minister for East African Community Affairs. The Honourable Jimmy Kanabi, Buikwe South MP, Shadow Minister for Public Service. The Honourable Dr. Timothy Batua Lusala, Jinja South MP, Shadow Minister for Health. The Honourable Sekabira Dennis, Katikamu North MP, Shadow Minister for Internal Affairs. The Honourable Naluima Betty Etho, Wakiso District Woman MP, Shadow Minister for Gender, Labour and Social Development. The Honourable Robert Maseruka, Mukono County South MP, Shadow Minister for Youth and Children Affairs. The Honourable Fred Jalameso, Ajuri County MP, Shadow Minister for Tourism and Wildlife. The Honourable Jamal Mukuve, Bukoli North MP, Shadow Minister for Water and Environment. The Honourable Kutesa Patrick Chimanya Kabonera MP, Shadow Minister for Agriculture. The Honourable Okot Peter, Tochi County MP, Shadow Minister for Special Regions. The Honourable Caps Fungaro, Obongi County MP, Shadow Minister for Human Rights. The Honourable Abdallah Chiwanuka, Mukono County North MP, Shadow Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs. The Honourable Zahara Luirika, Makindye West MP, Kampala Capital City Authority Shadow Minister. The Honorable Asinansi Nyakato, Hoima City Woman MP, Shadow Minister for Works and Transport. The Honorable Zambali Bulasio Mukasa, Nansana Municipality MP, Shadow Minister for Sports. The Honorable Hussein Muyonjo, some of you know him as Swengere, Jinja North Division MP, Shadow Minister for Culture and Performing Arts. And last but certainly not least, the Honorable Luyimba Zinalukola Elias, Kawempe North MP, Shadow Attorney General. Right, Honorable?
Is human rights?
The Honorable Caps Fungaro.
Whom is he shadowing this side?
He is shadowing issues to do with human rights. Honorable Speaker, the provision of the law is for us to have workable dockets that will hold government accountable. And that's why, by the way, we have got 30 shadow ministers. We would have had 82. But we said, no, we are going to shrink all of those into 30 workable documents, and that's allowable within the law, so that we can hold government accountable. We are not going to have 82. We believe 30 ministers are able to run government effectively. So we have shrunk all the 80 plus ministries into 30, and we are going to effectively hold government accountable. My appeal, Right Honorable Speaker, to colleagues on this side as right, I end.
Look, I think what is, can we have some order?
Honorable Aliswaka, the Speaker is saying be orderly.
You first resume your seat. We need to get this done well. And if we get it done well from the beginning, we should be. Now, the shadow is really must be a shadow of somebody existing. So, somebody else said that when you said that you only want to reduce it to 30, actually I had one person there saying off record that you actually don't have the number to come to the 81 or so. But which is...
Right, Honorable, that's not true, and you know it because your members on this side are more than 100, as you know, because we are your members too.
The member is now informed that you are doing rationalization. But you should not shadow what is not. Don't split when you can actually merge. But you see, it's you, the appointing authority. Honorable Chris, you wanted to give information to the Speaker and to the House? Yeah. But you can make amendments. Since there are more ministries still available, give Fungaro something, not... yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker and the honorable members. I take the opportunity to congratulate you and the members. Now, Rule 15 of our Rules of Procedure speaks to the role and functions of the Leader of the Opposition. And in Sub-Rule 2, it states, the Leader of the Opposition shall, in consultation with his or her party leadership, appoint a shadow cabinet from members of the opposition in Parliament who shall have portfolios and functions that correspond to the portfolios and functions of cabinet ministers. So this presupposes that a shadow minister will be corresponding to a cabinet minister. So now, if there is no cabinet minister for human rights, so who is he shadowing if you are opposition leader? So I think the leader of opposition should harmonize so that you respect the rules.
The one handling human rights is Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. Yeah, for the government side. Thank you very much, Honorable Dr. Baryomusi. Now, on the information you have, would you want to make some amendments?
Right, Honorable Speaker, in essence, we are putting, because human rights are very critical to us, so we are putting 2 shadow ministers in that docket. That's why we have the one of human rights as well. Because, you see, even according to reports of Uganda Human Rights Commission, The biggest perpetrator of human rights abuses is government and government institutions. I hope you read those reports. So we are saying we want to hold you accountable as government in that regard.
Procedure.
But you came and sat on our side. Why are you putting our side on procedure?
That's why he's raising procedure matter now.
Procedure. I thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I think you already ruled and guided on the matter of having a shadow minister for justice. You properly guided the leader of our opposition. So is he procedurally right to continue lamenting and insisting on that position? I thank you.
Lope, you stick to the rules. Can we go to the next item? Now, apparently, when government brings a list for ministers, vice president, but the House debates, this one, they don't need to go to the appointments committee, how lucky they are. They don't need any debate. So the House has taken note, but with the reservation on human rights. Let that one be hanging, and you find that's the guidance I would give.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Yeah.
Let's sort it out very easily so that we don't have an unnecessary back and forth. The docket of security is where most of the human rights abuses get to be committed. So the Honourable Caps Fungalo is our Shadow Minister for Security. Thank you.
The House has taken note. Let's go to the next item.
Item number 4.
Oh, let's handle it after this, because we need, there are people with matters of national importance, 2 of them, which we shall consider, but let's do this quickly, and we come back to Honorable Dr. Patrick Wakida and Honorable Julius Naki Muntu. Yes, we have taken note, yes. Please, next item.
Item number 4 on the order paper. Motion for a resolution of Parliament to authorize government to borrow up to €168,976,300 and 54 from the UK Export Finance and Bank and City Bank for the development of solar-powered irrigation system project phase 2.
Honorable members, Article 159(2) of the 1995 Constitution requires parliamentary approval for government borrowing. Aware that we are yet to constitute the Standing Committee on National Economy, and yet we are faced with the urgency of this particular loan request, I will invoke Rule 8.1 of the Rules of Procedure of this House and have this particular request directly considered by the House. Ordinarily, we are supposed to have treated any such request to Rule 162 of the Rules of Procedure. However, we are faced with the reality that that was not envisaged by the framers of these rules, hence recourse to Rule 8.1 of the Rules of Procedure. Therefore, pursuant to Section 34(1) of the Public Finance Management Act 2025 and Rule 58 of the Rules of Procedure, I will now invite the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development to move the motion seeking the approval of the House. But before he comes, the situation that we are faced with, we don't have the committees. That is a reality of fact. And this loan is as important as water itself. Minister of Finance. move the motion. Before the motion?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
But, Honorable Bandek, you don't access the microphone before you are given. No. Please, let's respect each other.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. And I want to appreciate you that you have quoted the rules and you have highlighted that probably this loan is very urgent. But Right Honorable Speaker, while in Kololo, you promised that this house is going to go back to the foundations. And among the foundations we've been looking forward to is for this house to follow its own rules to begin with. Right Honorable Speaker, we are in the formation stages of this house. We do not have the committees of Parliament, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, what do we lose? Can't we begin by formulating the committees? The other side is fully constituted. This side is fully constituted. Okay. Right Honorable Speaker, we formulate the committees and you know which committee is going to deal with this particular loan. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to say, this particular loan, I was here in the previous Parliament, Right Honorable Speaker. When we acquired,
which loan now? We are just going to move.
When we acquired,
why don't you wait and that would form part of your debate on the loan, for or against? Let's first, the procedural issues that, please.
Procedural issue, why don't we formulate?
The question you put is that the committee is not here. That's a question of fact. This is purely one of the first sittings we are having, and if you can listen to the motion and the justification, this House will be at liberty to make a decision whether this loan satisfies the urgency or not. So these procedural issues you are raising now are very premature. The Minister of Finance, the Minister is well guided. I have just guided Honorable Paul Muir. Let the Minister present the motion. You will have good opportunity to debate this motion, for or against.
Right Honorable Speaker.
The Minister has to move the motion to provide us a platform where you will say everything. Honorable Paul Muiro, Saba Christo.
Right Honorable Speaker.
Yes, hold on a bit. Yeah. Allow the motion. Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker. Whereas Article 159 of the Constitution empowers government to borrow from any source as authorized by or under Act of Parliament, and whereas Section 34 of the Public Finance Management Act, Cap 171, vests the authority to raise money by loan for and on behalf of government, solely in the Minister responsible for finance, with the approval of Parliament by resolution, aware that the government's request to borrow up to euros 168,976,354 from the UK Export Finance and the Citibank for the development of solar power irrigation systems project Phase 2 has been laid before this Parliament. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Parliament authorizes government to borrow up to euros 168,776,354 from the UK Export Finance and Citibank for the development of solar-powered irrigation system, Project Phase 2. I beg to move, Right Honourable Speaker.
Is the motion seconded? Seconded by the Vice President, Prime Minister, Government Chief Whip, Minister of Agriculture who knows the value of water to the crops. Leader of opposition is Honorable Kefa, Honorable Alenyo, Honorable Wakida, everyone, Honorable the whole House. Okay, for the record, by the majority of the members of the House. Can you justify your motion? Please, procedure does not come before justification. It can come any time when you, I know this thing very well. Justify.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, the proposed project will develop 427 irrigation systems across the country aimed at enhancing rural incomes through increased production and productivity arising from irrigated agriculture for coffee growing. Mr. Speaker, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda cleared this project for implementation in his letter dated 15th December 2021 under reference number PO/10 addressed to the Honorable Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development and Minister of Water and Environment, and a copy I have attached as annex. Mr. Speaker, to date, Phase 1 of the project has achieved over 99% physical completion, with 434 systems developed across the country delivering verifiable economic benefits countrywide, including the following: 148 rural water supply systems benefiting 98,521 households and 433,992 individuals. 83 urban water supply systems serving 107,390 households and 472,519 people. And 203 irrigation systems irrigating 2,000 acres while supporting 554 households and 2,436 residents. Collectively, these initiatives have enhanced water security and productivity for 206,465 households and a total population of 908,447 across the country. Mr. Speaker and colleagues, it is important to note that Phase 2 of the project had been envisaged to cover additional 700 sites. However, to preserve the vital fiscal space for other key projects that the government is implementing, the project was rescoped to fit within these fiscal parameters, optimizing 427 systems. Mr. Speaker, the objectives of my coming here of the motion is to brief Parliament is brief Parliament on the following. 1. To note the required financing of up to euros 168,976,354 shillings, 354 euros from UKF and Citibank for the implementation of the development of solar-powered irrigation system project, phase 2. And to seek your authority, Right Honorable Speaker and the House, to proceed to borrow up to euros 168,976,354 euros from UKF and Citibank for implementation of the development of the solar-powered irrigation system project phase 2. Mr. Speaker, I now come to the justification, strategic alignment, and the financing terms. Mr. Speaker and colleagues, as the effects of climate change continue to escalate, the available water resources for agricultural production are constantly decreasing. Currently, farmers are losing a lot of crops due to prolonged dry seasons, and this in turn affects their livelihoods. The National State of Environment Report, NEMA 2024, indicated that, on average, 800,000 hectares of crops per year are destroyed by climate-related events. The drought that occurred in 2000 resulted in damage to crops estimated at US $47 million, which is approximately 3% of the value of all cash and food crops. While between 2010 and 2013, damages and losses in agriculture sector caused by the 2010-11 rainfall deficit were estimated to US $907 million and included crop production losses, animal death, livestock production losses, and higher production costs. Irrigation is therefore one of the responses to the adverse effects of climate change in the agricultural sector, and if no action is taken, the cost implications will remain high. For example, between 2010 and 2050, damages are projected at US $140 to $260 billion, arising from failure to apply irrigation. The need for irrigation across the country is therefore very crucial. Securing availability of water for agriculture will guarantee food security and the livelihood of the farmers, including the most vulnerable groups, and addresses the need of the very poor in society. Well-developed irrigation infrastructure and good water management can increase yields by 2 to 5 times for most crops. Mr. Speaker, the project's justification. Uganda's agricultural performance has been constrained by frequent occurrences of severe drought and flooding, particularly over the last 20 years. In 2010, drought accounted for 38% loss in beans harvest and 36% loss in maize harvests, thereby contributing to food insecurity and poverty. I wish to inform honorable colleagues that a study by the Office of the Prime Minister estimated the loss and damage of Uganda shillings 2.8 trillion, equivalent of US $1.2 billion, to the Ugandan economy, equivalent to 7.5% of the country's GDP in 2010 due to erratic rains. According to the Status of Environment Report 2014, on average, 800,000 hectares of crop are destroyed every year by climate-related events. Coffee has been identified as a priority commodity due to its strategic importance to Uganda's economy and livelihoods. Uganda is currently the second largest coffee producer in Africa after Ethiopia and the leading coffee exporter on the continent. Coffee remains the country's leading source of foreign exchange earnings, generating approximately US dollars 999.8 million from the export of 6.06 million 60 kilogram bags between March 2023 and February 2024. In addition, approximately 1.8 million Ugandans directly depend on coffee as their primary source of livelihood, with the sector dominated by smallholder farmers operating on less than 1 hectare of land. However, coffee productivity remains highly vulnerable to rainfall variability, prolonged drought spells, and increasing climate change impacts, particularly during critical crop growth stages such as flowering and cherry development. Honorable members, despite Uganda's substantial agricultural and water resource potential, irrigation development in the country remains very relative to the estimated national potential. Uganda's irrigation potential is estimated at approximately 3.03 million hectares. However, only about 23,595 hectares, which is 0.78%, representing less than 1% of the total potential, are currently under irrigation. Consequently, agricultural production remains predominantly dependent on rainfall, exposing farmers seasonal rainfall variability and climate-related production risks. Limited access to irrigation infrastructure has therefore continued to constrain agricultural productivity. Agricultural productivity, commercialization, and the ability of farmers to undertake year-round production. Solar-powered pumping has demonstrated up to 70% saving in energy costs when compared to previously diesel-powered pumping systems, and therefore has been prioritized for this project. Records from towns implemented under the Energy for Rural Transformation with funding from the World Bank as well as the Water Supply and Sanitation Program with funding from the African Development Fund, currently utilizing solar water pumping, indicates that the systems are providing safe water at very low tariffs of 1 to 1.5 Uganda shillings per litre. This is because of very low operation and maintenance cost requirements. In addition, the adoption of solar-powered pumping systems contributes to the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions and supports national and global efforts towards climate change mitigation through the transition to cleaner and renewable energy technologies. I now come to the project objectives. Goal is to contribute to increased yields of coffee production through provision of water for irrigation. Objective is to establish solar-powered irrigation systems across the country in support of coffee farmers. The project outcome is increased access to water for irrigation as well as improved coffee production and productivity. The project description, Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, the project shall target the development of 427 irrigation systems to enhance coffee production in the project areas across the country. The total potential irrigable area is to be developed in about 4,768 acres. Each system has an average of 11 acres with the potential to be expanded to 20 acres and consists of a water abstraction system, transmission mains, solar pumping system, storage tank, and on-farm irrigation infrastructure. Each system shall serve progressive farmers, organized farmer groups, benefiting an average of 6 households. An average of 6 households, that is 27 people. Annex 2, Mr. Speaker, indicates the list of proposed sites per district across the country. Additionally, each system will ensure capacity building of beneficiary communities for operation and maintenance of the installed facilities. The project will leverage and strengthen existing extension service infrastructure at sub-county, parish, and district levels in Uganda, working through the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Extension Programs, and the Coffee Department. District and sub-county agriculture officers will participate in farmer identification, mobilization, and ongoing agronomic support, ensuring that technical guidance on irrigation and coffee production is contextually relevant and delivered by trusted local actors who possesses deep knowledge of smallholder realities. By formally integrating government extension personnel into the project infrastructure, rather than relying on parallel or temporary systems, the intervention builds institutional ownership, creates an accountable pathway for knowledge transfer, and addresses phase 1 lessons. The project benefits. Mr. Speaker and colleagues, the project is expected to directly benefit about 2,562 households, translating to approximately 11,785 direct beneficiaries. A key focus of the intervention is improvement of coffee production, where yields per tree are projected to increase from the current average of 1.3 kilograms of chiboko to approximately 6.5 kilograms under irrigation. This improvement is anticipated to result in an annual coffee yield of about 8,893 tons, thereby contributing significantly to increased agricultural output, rural livelihoods, and economic growth. At the project level, the intervention is projected to generate approximately Uganda shilling 66.7 billion in average annual revenue to the beneficiaries. The project is also expected to produce approximately 5,336 tons of fair average quality coffee, equivalent to about 88,939 bags of 60 kgs annually. At the household level, the intervention is expected to significantly improve incomes and households with the average one expected to realize at an annual revenue of about Uganda shillings 26 million. In terms of productivity, the average household is expected to produce approximately 2.1 tons of fair average quality coffee annually, and equivalent to about 35 bags of fair average quality coffee per year. Site readiness and rigorous selection are fundamental for phase 2, drawing on practical lessons from phase 1. Prior to any works, beneficiaries are required to sign formal land consent agreements following extensive stakeholder engagement with communities, local government authorities, and leadership structures to secure social license, prevent future disputes, and foster long-term ownership. Water for production. Regional teams conduct thorough field verification of all proposed sites to confirm they fully satisfy the project's established site selection criteria before inclusion in the project scope. Over 627 potential beneficiaries have already been profiled based on rigorous criteria in partnership with the Department of Coffee, formerly UCDA, district local governments, Operation Wealth Creation, and individual applications, and continuous assessment are ongoing. Selection of sites for irrigation. The selection criteria considerations include: number one, there should be access to a potential source of water within 500 meters of the beneficiary. Number two, the irrigable land area to be served will range from 10 to 20 acres. Number three, the farmer should have a coffee plantation that is at least 1 year old. Number four, the site can be individual or communal with consideration for commercial coffee villages for big systems. Number five, the farmer should possess proof of land ownership or land user rights. Number six, there should be no encumbrances along the outline of the proposed scheme infrastructure, i.e. within the distance from the water source to the command area. Number seven, the land management of the field should be adequate, showing evidence of good agronomic practices and sanitation. Number eight, the farmer should not have benefited from the project's phase one interventions and should not be under the planned development of the Arab Bank for Economic Development in Africa project, UGIFT, and Uganda Climate Smart Agricultural Transformation Project. Number nine, the route to the farm should be accessible to facilitate construction activities. Number 10, equity considerations in line with the ministry's policy of some for all and not all for some. Number 11, the youth, women, and organized coffee farmers groups will be given special attention. The project, Mr. Speaker, has the following components. Component one, consultancy services for design review, construction supervision, and complementary support service provisions for solar-powered irrigation systems. And the unit cost here is 13,678.81 euros. 13,678.81. Component 2 is design, supply, and installation of solar powered irrigation systems across the country, phase 2, and the unit cost is 337,229.16 euros. What are the loan terms and conditions? Mr. Speaker, the financing for the development of solar-powered irrigation systems, project phase 2, will be primarily through a loan covered by the United Kingdom Export Finance, UKF, worth euros 148,509,420. And this is inclusive of the insurance premium of euros 18,979,504, equivalent to 12.78% of the loan, and a commercial facility of euros 20,466,934 from Citibank. It is important to note, Mr. Speaker, that the export credit agencies, e.g. UKF, do not directly lend to sovereign countries like Uganda. They provide the export cover required, and commercial agencies like Citibank arrange the financing as further explained below. The commercial banks charge fees for providing such services. I now detail the particulars of the Export Credit Agency facility, which is 90% UKF cover. The loan facility, as I had mentioned earlier, euros 148,509,420. This includes the insurance premium of 12% or 18,979,504. The tenure is 13 years, up to 13 years with a grace period of 3 years, and the interest rate is 3.65% per annum, and this is fixed, and the commitment fees is 0.2% per annum on drawn loan amount, and the facility agency fee is euros 20,000 per annum, and upfront fees is 1.15% flat on the facility amount, and this comes to euros 1,707,858.33. Now, the commercial facility from Citibank, the loan amount is euros 20,466,934. This is 10% of the commercial contract amount and the owner's engineer. The tenure here is up to 7 years. The grace period is 2 years. The margin is 4.95% per annum. The interest rate is 6 months Euribor of 2.55% plus margin of 4.95%, which gives 7.5%. The commitment fees is 1.25% per annum on committed but undrawn amount. Mr. Speaker, I wish to note that the Euribor is a variable rate that keeps changing. As at 31st May 2026, a 6-month Euribor was 2.55%. Mr. Speaker, now I come to the project readiness. The feasibility studies for the project have been undertaken. The project is a design and build, which implies that the contractor, who is Nexus Green Limited, will do the final studies, designs, and construction. The comprehensive economic analysis update in April 2026 confirmed the project's feasibility yielding an economic internal rate of return of 14.02% and economic net present value of euros 29.83 million. To ensure adherence to the PIMS policy, the Ministry of Water and Environment has secured an owner's engineer, SGAPI Consulting Engineers Limited, to exercise strict technical oversight over the contractor during the design and construction. The loan and the current debt situation of the country. Mr. Speaker, sir, as at the end of 2025, Uganda's total debt stock amounted to US $34.86, which is an equivalent of 52.7% of GDP. The table is there. I invite honorable colleagues to look at the breakdown of our debt, and the source is from the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development. Mr. Speaker, in line with the Debt Sustainability Analysis Report of December 2025, which reports debt statistics on the financial year basis. Uganda's debt remains within sustainable limits, with the total debt stock at 32.24 billion, approximately 116 trillion for financial year 2024-2025. This comprises of US dollars 15.46 billion, an equivalent of 55.6 trillion in external debt, and US dollars 16.79 billion, an equivalent of 60.35 trillion in domestic debt. Public debt as a share of GDP is estimated at 50.86, aligning with the targets in the Charter of Fiscal Responsibility. This project is already included in our debt sustainability analysis and in the fiscal framework for the budget for financial year 2026-2027 and the medium-term fiscal framework. Consequently, this borrowing will not breach Uganda's long-term debt sustainability threshold. Mr. Speaker, I wish now to present to the House the measures we have to manage debt. Mr. Speaker, to manage and reduce our debt levels, the government has adopted fiscal consolidation measures that include increased revenue mobilization, particularly through the implementation of the domestic revenue mobilization strategy, as well as controlling and reducing government borrowing, expenditure, and prioritizing interventions in the growth-driving sectors. In addition, the government is implementing the Public Investment Management System policy and strategy, which aims to streamlining the preparation, appraisal, approval, management of all government projects and ensuring that these projects are ready before being presented to Parliament. Mr. Speaker, I now come to other conditions attached to the loan.
The other conditions, I think you can refer
The other,
members.
they can...
These are about documentations.
Yes.
Can you go to your conclusion? The rest can be, members, you can look at them.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, with your guidance, I now come to the conclusion, and I wish to conclude as follows. In light of the above, I request Parliament to, 1, note the need to borrow up to euros 168,976,354 from the UKF and Citibank for the development of solar powered irrigation systems project phase 2. 2, note the financing terms for the loan facilities of up to euro 168,976,354 from the UKF and Citibank for the development of solar powered irrigation systems project phase 2. And 3, authorize the Minister responsible for finance to borrow up to euros 168,976,354 from UKF and Citibank for the development of solar-powered irrigation systems phase 2 project. Mr. Speaker, before I yield the floor, I wish to lay the accompanying documents as per the rules. Mr. Speaker, this request is accompanied by the agreement between Government of the Republic of Uganda, represented by Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, and the lenders, who are Citibank and UKF. I beg to lay, Right Honourable Speaker.
Let the record capture that.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to lay the report on public debt, grants, guarantees, and other financial liabilities as at the end of December 2025. I beg to lay. Right Honourable Speaker, I beg to lay on the table the performance of projects under the Ministry of Water and Environment from 2016 to 30th April 2025. I beg to lay.
Let the record capture.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to lay on table the clearance by Cabinet, clearance by His Excellency the President on behalf of Cabinet, clearing the loan to proceed and clearing that Parliament goes ahead and considers the loan. And this letter is dated June 8th, 2026. I beg to lay.
Let the record capture that.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to lay on the table the feasibility report which was done for this project by Ministry of Water and Environment. I beg to lay. I also beg to lay on table the sector performance report of all projects being implemented in the sector, through externally financed resources, including grants, as at March 2026. I beg to lay. Mr. Speaker, I have also submitted in soft copy the following documents. Commercial contract, which is the project appraisal document, the environmental report, the procurement plan, the resettlement action plan, the project implementation plan, and the development committee approval for evidence of consistency with the National Development Plan. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. I beg to submit.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, I now open the debate on the motion, and the debate will be limited to 30 minutes.
Clarification.
We are going to debate.
Clarification.
Raise your procedural matters in your submission when you are debating.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
And I'm beginning with this side. This side, you don't rise up. I don't want to. I'm beginning with this side, and not necessarily that opposition. I will pick any members here. And Honourable Namboze.
Yes, sir.
You, my MP, please begin the debate.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
And in your debate, you should be clear whether you are for or against, for the record of Parliament.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, it was your ruling that I will raise this procedural matter after the justification has been done. And allow me, Right Honourable Speaker, to inform you that I've read Rule 81, upon which you based to allow the presentation of this motion. And Right Honorable Speaker, it talks about issues that are in doubt, that whenever there is a matter and the Parliament finds itself in doubt and that matter is not provided for by the rules, that Mr. Speaker, you become the rule and you guide the House. But I want to say, Mr. Speaker, that our rules of procedure.
Restate your statement.
Rule. I was summarizing the provisions of Rule 8.1.
Everybody here has a rule, your side, and we have the patience to read it together with you. Don't summarize.
Rule 8.1 provides that in case of any doubt and for any question of procedure not provided in these rules, the Speaker shall decide, having regard to the practices of the House, the constitutional provisions, and the practices of other Commonwealth parliaments, insofar as the practice may be applicable to the Parliament of Uganda. But I want to tell you, Mr. Speaker, that this particular matter is provided for under our Rule 159. So, Mr. Speaker, with your guidance, is it proper for a matter that is provided for in our rules of procedure to be handled under Rule 8.1? More so, Right Honorable Speaker, when the matter we are handling.
Did you say Rule 159?
162, Right Honorable Speaker. If you allow me to read also. Rule 162.
Actually, if you read 162, you would not raise the procedure matter. But you go ahead and read. Please.
I'm reading it.
Yes, yeah.
Rule 162, Right Honorable Speaker. Rule 160, I beg to. It talks about the Speaker. It is 162. The Speaker shall commit the proposal to loans or guarantee request to the Committee of National Economy and to the relevant sectoral committee under which the subject matter of the request follows. That is Rule 162.2, and all the other rules that follow there under Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, the issue we are handling touches Article 159 of the Constitution, powers of government to borrow or lend. And, Mr. Speaker, if we are to go without a committee, or we are to disregard some of the provisions, are we also suspending the provisions of the Constitution as provided for under Article 159? Right Honorable Speaker, I beg that you guide me, not that I don't support the loan, but because this loan is so important to us, I would like to have it processed under our rules of procedure and under the Constitution of Uganda. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg for your guidance.
Thank you very much, and let me do this again. Please sit down. I did this at the beginning. I'm very much alive to 162. And when you read 162, it talks about it's mandatory. And 162.1 says the minister responsible for finance. You can refer to that. And then 2 mandates me that I would directly refer the matter to the National Committee of National Economy. Is it there? So, since it's not there, I went to Rule 8. The framers of these rules never envisaged the situation. Please, don't intimidate me by standing. Never envisaged the situation that at the beginning of the Parliament, before all the committees are constituted, that we shall have a very urgent, relevant, important motion, request for loan, like this one. That's why I said we go for Rule 8. And this should be able to guide us. I love to play by the rules. And here I'm playing by the rules. There is no single provision of the rules, either of the Constitution, that has been breached. So the guidance is, we are doing this way. Please, you know the rules. You don't argue with the Speaker.
Yes. We are going for debate.
The honorable members, I want to comfort you all when I got this request. The request is time-barred, that we can't even push it by one day. And the committee, now I'm the one telling you, we cannot form the committee tomorrow. We have the budget. The time-barred, further guidance, former Attorney General, now Minister of Defense.
Right, Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues, as we clamor to follow the rules, let us follow them to the letter. Rule 8.2 says the Speaker's ruling under Rule 1 shall become part of the rules of procedure until such a time when the substantive amendment of these rules is made in respect to the ruling. You cannot deal with it. He's finished. The Speaker has given a ruling. Even if he's wrong, it is part of the rules.
And for order, and for your information, in this case, the Speaker is right. In this case, the Speaker is right. I want the lawyers on this side. Honorable Paul Mwiru, you are beginning to debate.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I rise to make a contribution to the motion. But before I do that, I want to state from the onset that actually the facts of the loan as packaged, the loan has no problem. We have a problem with the Parliament being stampeded. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to draw your attention to Rule 182. 182, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, this rule constitutes the business committee of this House, where I am a member, where you are a member, the Deputy Speaker, the leader of government business, the leader of opposition, and 2 independent members. The import and the chairpersons of committees, yes. Right Honorable Speaker, the import of that rule is that whereas you are the Speaker, and that one, there's no doubt about that, that there is a business committee of this House, that when business comes from wherever it comes from, it must go to the business committee. And the composition of the business committee is by law.
It is not complete.
This provision, the rule, sets up the business committee. Right Honorable Speaker, the manner in which we are proceeding, first, there is an Auditor General's report, which questions the first loan, and it raises a number of issues, and because the movers of this motion know that if we were to go through the normal scrutiny of processing a loan, our committee would question that loan. Because when you look at Article 90, it establishes the committees of Parliament, and the rationale is for efficient running of Parliament. So the question now is, I didn't want to look like I'm questioning where the Speaker got this business, without calling us as a business committee, so that we deal with this business, and then have a discussion and guide, because like they're setting up, ask the members of business committee.
Can I help? You want to know where the business came from? The motion is raised by Minister of Finance. That's where the business came from. You know, the roles of the business committee, where I was a member for several years, is very clear, and you know it. It's not on a day-to-day, and how many times are the business committee, I know you are a new government opposition whip, you are real dying out to have that first meeting. Very soon, when the whole committees are... Please.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
You are dying out to be in the first meeting. We are going to have that meeting when the House is fully constituted with the committee chairpersons.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, on the close reading of Article 159(2), it vests the powers to borrow in government with approval of Parliament. So we can't do it casually because people are running away from our Committee of Parliament questioning this loan. I will implore you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I started by saying that the loan has no problem. But there are things which the movers of the motion of the loan are running away from. With me, I have Auditor General's report. Right Honorable Speaker, it raises, Honorable Speaker.
Order. Well, so I didn't want us. Well, this is we are taking over. We are taking off. Taking off with the big plane. There is need for tax. This you allow this, so that's why I was not entertaining orders.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker.
Yeah.
Right Honourable Speaker. The point of order I'm raising to my senior brother and Land Council. He mentioned here that we are sitting here casually. It's on record. It is on record. The clerk can play. Right Honourable Speaker, is the Honourable Mwiru in order to say that this Parliament is sitting here casually when you have the Vice President, you have the Speaker, and all members and even the leader of opposition? Is he in order to say that we are just sitting here casually?
Honorable Paul Mwiru, this is not a leisure park. This is Parliament of Uganda. Nobody is here at this time casually. So I think you need to withdraw that matter for...
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I withdraw the statement in the context of my brother, the way I understood it. Right Honourable Speaker, I wanted to summarize by saying that the Auditor General's report of 2025, I have a copy here with me. It states that out of the 1,009 sites handed over by government to the contractor, 162, which is 16%, were marked as failed feasibility study stage, at the feasibility study stage. That's one. Two, that similarly, 58 schemes, which is 21 irrigation and 37 water supplies, failed at design phase, resulting into financial loss of 208,530 euros. That's the Auditor General's report.
And when was it tabled here and adopted?
This is a report of 2025. Auditor General presented the report to Parliament, and it was supposed to be dealt with by the committee, the relevant committee, adopted by the House, and then the Minister of Finance would issue a Treasury memoranda to show action taken on these issues raised.
So this report has not been adopted by the House?
Honourable Speaker,
Auditor General's report, you have it in the committee, Accountability Committee, or it was brought here?
Right Honourable Speaker, as I took oath to defend the Constitution...
Clerk, can you establish when it was adopted here?
Right Honourable Speaker, the Auditor General's report is a public document. It is raising a red flag. Honourable Speaker, you need to get me right. I said I have no problem. Personally, I'm a farmer, and I want to take benefit of this loan. But what the movers, the technical people are doing, it is to stampede the Parliament, so there's no scrutiny over the loan. I would implore you, Honourable Speaker, finally, that I know You are my chairperson in Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee, a very careful person. And I think they're just stampeding you, making us to give us more of the same. So I call upon you to really reconsider and we follow the law. Thank you.
Thank you for the debate. And I believe government side, you are listening to the issues being raised. That is a healthy debate. Please continue to raise such issues. It will help us. Honorable Chirumira.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, given our budget constraints as a country, we have to borrow. But we have to borrow right and smart. Right Honorable Speaker, this particular loan is completely unconcessional, contrary to the laws of the land. Right Honorable Speaker, the Public Investment Financing Strategy 2022 maps financing options. On page 32 and on page 37, it is very categorical on programs we must borrow and the source of funding. This particular project, Right Honorable Speaker, under environment, climate change, land and water management, it states that we must borrow concessionally from grants, concessional loans, and government revenue. This particular loan, Right Honorable Speaker, from UKEF and city banks are commercial loans, very expensive loans. If you look at the terms and the conditions of these loans, Right Honorable Speaker, they are equal to those of money lenders. Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, this project we are borrowing for is one of the worst performing projects. In phase 1 of its implementation, many projects were incomplete, and as we speak now, it is redundant. There is no productivity from those projects. Right Honorable Speaker, this particular project made so many of our honorable colleagues not to come back to Parliament because they marketed it amongst their voters. The voters were up for it, only to be disappointed at the implementation stage. And when it came to voting time, they paid back the members of Parliament. So, honorable colleagues, this loan is a bad loan for our country. And as we speak, so many of our colleagues are sitting down at their homes. They are not here because of this very project. They marketed it. Now, supporting it here, Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, implies that the voters are going to be disappointed with us, and therefore we have to reject it, and reject it in the highest way possible. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Sabina Javira. Honorable Masaba, if you are ready.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. And I do want to refer you back to Rule 162, Part 5, Right Honorable Speaker. With the exception of loans raised through issuance of securities, any loan request submitted before Parliament for approval shall be accompanied by the following documents. And the Honorable Minister laid some documents. I was taking one by one, but there are those that I have not made. For example, the list of financing options considered when identifying the creditor. Because one of the things I've noticed that the interest rate is quite high. It's not concessional, as Honorable Chirumira stated. Actually, I can confirm that I have a loan at a lower interest rate than this. So government, I've got a loan from one of the banks or facilities at a lower rate than 7.5, which is stated here. So this is...
Yes. As your personal loan or loan offers?
What I'm stating is government is going out to money lenders and banks, private banks. Citibank is a bank that can issue me a loan, that can issue the Honorable Speaker a loan, and can issue the Honorable Minister. So government going out there borrowing and committing generations of our people at this interest rate, it's quite huge. Honorable Speaker, when you look at the documents, not all of them are listed, because we need to know what options did we have, how many people did government look at, and what were their interest rates and terms and conditions before getting this loan. So I believe, in my view, this loan is not good for our country. There are documents that are missing that the minister should have brought. Finally,
I them that the minister responds.
He has presented the financing agreement. There is the list of financing options considered when identifying creditor, loan disbursement and repayment schedules, a letter from the NPA clearing project, evidence of consistency with the National Development Plan and Strategy. So all of that have not been laid. Right, Honorable Speaker, lastly, when you look at, I've seen the documents laid, the agreement alone is maybe 400 or 500 pages. I was privy to be part of the committee that investigated the loan to Bujali Energy Limited. And the Attorney General, the former Attorney General, can confirm. We had interactions and the matter reached the President. And one of the things that came up, everyone agreed that it was a bad loan. The terms were not favorable to the country. The interests were high. But the President said we were in a crisis because we needed electricity at the moment. So those who signed the agreement committed the country to very poor loans, but having a financial crisis in the country, and did agree with our ad hoc committee report, and the Attorney General confirmed to that. Right now, Speaker, we've been accused in the 11th Parliament of passing loans without reading the documents, without understanding the terms and conditions that are in these agreements. I'm certain we are passing this loan in Parliament without looking at this agreement. The agreement has been laid now by the Minister of Finance. No one here. And Right Honorable Speaker, let it be on record that me have declined, and the 12th Parliament has started from where the 11th Parliament was, passing on without looking at the document, without looking at the various agreements.
Honorable Masaba, yes. You speak for yourself that you've not looked for.
No, they have just been laid right now. Right, Honorable Speaker?
No, I have information that most of this is, I am quite patient, but patient enough to follow a debate, and a good debate. Honorable Masaba, some of the documents were uploaded. Some. Now, what can we have? Let him conclude his statement. I was raising something very pertinent to the effect that there are some documents which are not listed.
Yes,
listed, not
Right
submitted.
Honorable, I've stated the documents, and the documents that have been laid. I have an iPad. I've been looking at the iPad. The agreement is not there. Let the clerk show us, or let the clerk give you, and you show me on the iPad where this agreement is. It's nowhere to be seen. So let us agree that as a 12th Parliament we are passing this, because you've said you cannot even push it for a day. Let's agree that we are passing this, and we are confirming to the public that as Parliament we pass loans without understanding them, without looking at the terms and conditions that are in this. Because the minister's justification, this is not a contract.
Honorable Masaba, I don't want to interrupt you.
Yes.
But when you say what is in the agreement was reproduced in the statement of the minister, what makes an agreement are terms and conditions. You've not looked at the terms and conditions of this law?
That is why I've stated documents like the loan repayment,
Yes.
there are things that are... That is why I'm stating that.
You've not seen...
The minister's submission is 17 pages. The agreement alone could be about 300 pages. I've seen a big document like this. So some of us are interested in reading the details. They said the devil is in the details.
Okay.
So us passing
You want
alone
the
by
details.
minister's justification, Right Honorable Speaker, I believe it's not right. And as Parliament, my humble request, if permitted, I move a motion under Rule 61 that you give us time, you suspend House or adjourn House, and give us some time. We could come back at 2 after looking at some of those documents. No, I'm moving a motion without notice. A motion without notice under Rule 61.
First, can revise on that one. Can we have Honorable Sinas?
Right, Honorable, I've moved a motion which I think you need to put up for question, because we need to see who will vote to pass a loan without agreeing, without reading the agreement, and who. We do not just need to pass these loans the way they are. We want to understand them.
The motion is seconded? Yes. Do you want me to put a question? Yes.
Right Honorable, you put a question and we vote on it and see who will support to pass a loan without reading the agreement. Who just wants to pass money? Like,
I don't think that the way you were saying, you're blackmailing. Hello, can we get members sit down?
Right Honorable, I'm stating facts, I'm not black.
Can you sit down? Most of us have been a member here, and I thought I was a good member. I agree with you, Honorable Masaba, as far as you can say that you've not read all the details. And even if some of you are given 10 hours, still the details. What I need to appeal to you is that the details of the loan, the silent details of the loan, are captured in the motion. You cannot read the whole document and ignore the terms and conditions of the loan. This House would be at a loss if we approved the loan without knowing what are the terms and conditions. That is the preoccupation of this House. So for you to say, I want to put a motion that those who will read, who will pass the loan without reading, is like, yeah. Honorable Sinas.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I stand here to oppose the motion which the mover made, the Minister of Finance, under Rule 67.
You have 2 minutes.
Right Honorable Speaker, under Rule 67,
yeah.
I stand to support Honorable Honorable Karimu's motion, which says that under Rule 67.
Honorable Member, there is no motion before me, other than the motion for the loan.
The motion raised by Honorable Karim Masaba, Right Honorable, under Rule 67, which says a motion for adjournment of debate. A member who wishes to postpone to some future date further discussion of a question which has been proposed from the chair may move a motion. Right Honorable Chair, I stand to support the motion that we close this debate to borrow, the matter be adjourned.
Those are two motions. There is a motion for closure of debate, and then the motion for adjournment. So
for adjournment.
Which one are you? Should we process?
For adjournment of the motion.
So you move properly. Move properly if you want.
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, I second the motion that we adjourn the debate of borrowing euros 1,668,976,035 euros from the UK Export Finance and Citibank for the development of solar-powered irrigation system project phase 2. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to move.
Please, Honorable Betty, please be kind to yourself and to myself. And please, do we want to have a parliament that we can be proud of? Do we have to follow the rules? And this is what we are doing. When you follow the rules, you allow the rules to speak louder than you. You cite one rule and everybody is disarmed. But here, when you go in circumventing, you become something else. I want to be a speaker of a parliament where when a member gets to speak, he cites the rule. I will be proud of that, to make that ruling. And now I had decided that we do this side, but seems like from what is going on, let me get on this side. Or I should dispose. Let me dispose of the motion put by Honorable Who, that we should not continue to. You are not even following the motion. Please don't push me to the wall. I want to be a very good speaker of very good members of parliament. Because a good speaker makes good members of parliament. But also good members of parliament make a good speaker. So when you will get to know me, when we play along, you will get to know me. And this one has come too early to test us. Let's do this, and we do it very well. So I want to put a question to the motion moved by Honorable Masaba Karim, that we should suspend debating on this matter. And so those in favor of that motion, say aye. To the contrary, say nay. The nays have it. So we continue with the motion for the borrowing, and the nays, I said the nays have it. I said the nays have it. For the record, the nays have it. The nays were louder. Unless you want to. Please, can we get seated? Let me go this side.
Honorable Speaker, my name is Julius Nachi. I'm a member of Parliament for Budadiri East.
Honorable Julius.
In Sirongo District. I'm contributing to this debate.
Okay.
Now, Honorable Speaker,
please.
Why do we need to borrow?
Please, please, let's allow the Speaker to pick you. There will be no difference between the Malwa group and the Parliament if everybody speaks. For now, you are forgiven.
This is my first time, of course, in Parliament, so I've known the rules now. I'm supporting the motion moved by the Minister of Finance. Why? I need to add the justification to what he moved. You see, I've been reading the budget of Uganda. 44 trillion is what we are going to raise from our domestic revenue, URA. 1.4 is from oil revenue, making it 45.4 trillion. Now, that money that we collect as the Pearl of Africa, it can only fund two things. One, paying our debt, 33.6 trillion, and two, Ministry of Defense, 10.2 trillion. Meaning, all of us here as a country, we can only fund two items of our budget. The rest, including our salaries, whenever we go to get salaries in the bank, we are getting borrowed money. Whenever you see people going to school, whenever you see a road in your village, we are using borrowed money. Whenever you see any activity taking place in Uganda, we are using borrowed and also donations. So, no, this is now based on the figures. This is now real mathematics. It is not just science. Because our budget is 84 trillion. 33 is going into debt. 51 is what is going to be left for public service and whatever. Now, we are raising 44 trillion in revenue, meaning we have a deficit of about 38 trillion. Where do we get it? It has to be through borrowing. But what do we do now? The Minister of Finance needs to come up with a strategy of increasing our revenue, local revenue. Now, our debt to GDP ratio currently is 13%. If it moved to 30%, we would be able to finance our budget 100%.
Okay, Honorable, thank you very much. Let me have The Minister of Agriculture, you know value for water for irrigation.